So welcome to the LCB podcast of day three. And we have our CEO, Akshay Srivastava, as well as CEO of Farmgate, Mr. Dushyant Tyagi, sir. He has done a lot and phenomenal work in the field of agriculture and field of technology. And this kind of combination, where people are talking about innovation and everything, this kind of combination is rare, but it is innovative. But he has been doing this work since many years for our country. And I can see he has too much of contribution in the e-market, e-agriculture marketplace of India as well. And I would like him to speak about himself, his contribution, and how much he has done and what scale he has done. So we would know and get familiar with him, and we can start the session out right after that.
Swapnil and Akshay, thank you very much for this opportunity. And I really enjoy talking to young innovators, people those who will be making the future of this country, who will be contributing a lot for the benefit of our masses, which are nobody else other than our farmers. So as for concern with me, I'm coming from a farming family in Western UP. And my journey in agri business, began with my purely out of my background, I choose to pursue agriculture as my academics. And then next 25 years, I happened to work across value chain. So I worked in plant nutrition space. I worked in retail space for about 10 years. And then last 10 years, I am associated or contributing towards the technology side of business. And all of us are aware that digitization is important. Connectivity is important. When I say connectivity, is means fundamental belief is knowledge is power. Information is the biggest enabler. So I felt about 10 years back that the things are going to change a lot. Internet is going to play a important role in everyone's life, and the benefit of this connectivity, newly found connectivity, should reach to farmers also. So there began my last stint. You can say the last phase with the technology. So since 2011, if you why the market side of the business, contributing for the agronomy, agri value chain. If you try to understand, you have three major parts. One is production, other is market, and then value add. So if you try to understand the challenges, which the whole value chain or industry or farmers are facing today, that is parked in the market. And in India, or for that case, wherever you go, the fundamental challenges which country faces is ever dropping holding size. Our holdings are dropping, and the size of holdings is decreasing. 86% of your farmers are marginal, and that very pace of 2.5 acre of land is not economic. It doesn't make any sense to consider it as a means of livelihood, because you can't
Yeah,
sustain a family of four even on that side of a land. And the second thing is intermediation. So Indian agriculture, we have unfortunately multi-layered intermediation, which basically is making dividing farmers to get their right kind of realization for their effort, and consumers are ending up paying more. So farmers are getting less, consumers are paying more. So 10 years back, I realized asking farmers to grow more, grow better is ending up in a scenario to asking someone to lose more and lose better. So then we thought, what can change it? Obviously, the technology.
yeah,
So there started this journey. So we did India's first. See, this market piece was the place where most of the challenges are parked, most of the intermediaries are parked, and unfortunately, India went for economic liberalization in 1991. Post that, all other sectors, have got reformed very nicely. You see, we give, globally most affordable data. Correct. You have the best value cars in India today. You have wonderful, infrastructure. So be it telecom, automobile, infrastructure, all sectors have done well. And, for example, your consumer retails, your apparels, everything has gone for a great change. But agriculture remained devoid of the fruits of, liberalization, because it is protected, it is regulated in country. So we could not attract, that much of, investments here and technologies here to change things for our farmers. So that brought me to this place. And then I realized, increasing productivity or increasing yields alone will not help. We have to set right the market architecture. The market architecture which we are having in country today was made to meet out the subsistence. When we got the independence, just after independence, India was like huge dependence on other countries for food. The situation was so grim that one of our prime minister, great man, late Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, he requested, he made a vouch, to all entire country to keep 1 day's fast because it's not good to have dependence, at least for your food, on others. They will hard negotiate for everything. They will be after your natural resources. They will basically try to control your economies indirectly. So from there to a country who have surplus grains, surplus food for almost 2 years, you can feed 150 crore people for 2 years easily. So it's a great journey. Correct. But the market architecture on which we operate today was for subsistence. And we are in a situation where we have to deal with surplus every time, every time. And
Yeah.
farmers will ask for more prices, MSP. Government can't afford it. And because your market architecture is not at place. It is meant for surplus subsistence, and you are dealing with surplus for almost 3 decades plus now. So that motivated me to work on the restructuring of the market, which is fitting to the current current scene in the which is fitting to the current kind of production metrics. So we did India's first Mandi ERP. So we thought we will go there and try to understand what is happening inside these markets, which we called APMC. So we did India's first Mandi ERP in for 52 APMCs in Punjab in a World Bank project. We did India's first Mandi integrations next in 2012 for Tamil Nadu, 32 markets in their Delta region. And then in 2014, we took this concept of e-national agriculture market to Government of India, Niti Aayog. And then a bid was floated and we won out of our experience. We did ENAM 1, we did ENAM 2. Now we are preparing for ENAM 3. Right now, talking to you, we have integrated 1,498 markets across country. ENAM has presence in 24 states, 4 union territories. We have crossed a GTV of $50 billion. We are doing something around 24,721 transactions per minute. And we have crossed a volume of 125 million metric ton. 231 commodities are trading on the platform. And the work continues.
Yeah,
So
that
this
that
is
is such a great milestone and data, and we got a lot of insight just in a small conversation. So moving forward now, like this is innovative in itself, that connecting farmers, small farmers across the country to a marketplace like this, because usually they are the person who basically face challenges where to sell their product, how to scale their business, or how to grow towards sustainability. So indeed, there are challenges for the farmers, but you must like as an inspiration, I might want you to tell us like what are the challenges you face while setting up all these things for our country and for the whole ecosystem.
So you will appreciate the fact that ENAM implementation of ENAM, has been a game changer for, or rather a orbital change for Indian agriculture. So from minimal use of technology to the openness, for all technical interventions, technological interventions, and the first thing when we started of this project, everybody was telling me, internet connectivity is not there. How you will implement it? And farmer, how they will understand it, how they will trade. It's very complex. It's kind of share markets, it's kind of stock markets, it's kind of future markets, those who are very very complicated for a farmer. And there is a notion. So my typical reply was, farmers, to my understanding after 30 years of experiences and being born in a farming family, having done my studies in my village, I find them the most intelligent people around. They have given all the engineers, doctors, astronauts, everything to the society. They can understand something called imidacloprid. They can understand the name of the company called Maktesh and Magan. They can use all complex chemicals successfully for 70 years. They can produce to feed you. They can jump, they can increase production
Yeah,
within two seasons, something which you cannot handle. So it's a left-hand job for farmers. Only thing, we have to work with them. And in India, we have witnessed all this from subsistence to surplus, what I say most of the time. And philosophically, this is like surface to substance. So if you have substance, there is no way that it will not reflect on your surface. And if you have something only surface, superficial, it will never convert into substance. This is a dynamic principle while you do anything in life. So I said we will work with them. And biggest challenge was arranging connectivity. Second thing, convincing the whole ecosystem. We have not
yeah,
only built this product, we are the strategic partner. We have laid down all the strategy. So we said agriculture is a state subject in this country. So they have all the freedom. They can agree, they may not agree. They might not like to invest because it's a costly affair. So a scheme was, basically designed like this. The states, they have to bring 5 fundamental change in their regulatory framework to facilitate, the electronic trading and so forth, so on. There were 5 changes were supposed to be done in the legislation and in the regulation by each state. And then we said, okay, we will give you 75 lakh rupees at central government offered 75 lakh rupees per mandi. That was the basically incentive to create a digital infrastructure inside the market. And then we said that we will work with farmers and state governments, and we will work on bringing digital literacy among the farmers. We will work to basically improve their digital literacy in big way. So we do 6,000 trainings per year. Correct.
Yeah,
In
that's great.
addition to us, state governments, participating states, mandis, they also do around 22,000 trainings per year. So you can imagine roughly 220 working days and 25,000, training programs. And it's a mix of physical and digital, consistent engagement, and then incentivization. So states have offered, reduction in mandi fees. They have rewarded and awarded the farmers, those who are using ENAM. It's a inclusive ecosystem. Please appreciate one more thing. We never said we will remove someone from the value chain. We said we will change your role. If there is a commission agent, the expectation is to change his role. Expectation is to change the trader's role. They have to be a
Yeah,
participant rather than a service provider. So far they have worked as a service provider. Now they need to be the participant in the value chain. Like
participant.
automobiles, all the distributors are the participant in the value chain. They were the distributors in old economy. License quota Raj, one Bajaj dealer, one district, one Hindustan dealer, one district. From there, you see today how their machinery works. Even I have a Bajaj distributorship in my village. So this is the participative economy. So this is all we
Yeah,
did. Challenges were many, and first change comes in the mind,
yeah.
and it
This
has
is
to
this is the
happen.
best I can
And
agree
this
more.
change has to happen right from bottom to top. If you don't sell something internally, you won't be able to sell that thing to others any time. First, you really need to be convinced. So we did a lot of strategic interventions to bring that change. Change management is important for transformations. Mind it, we are not working on change. We are working on transformation. Changes are small. You can bring with a little effort, but transformations, you are creating something which never existed.
Yeah. So I would like to highlight one point, like just the way you integrated technology. I'm being from technology background, so I can say that building a technology or piece of technology or building a system uh, is a one job to do, but scaling it after a while and making it functional. So that itself is a challenging and rewarding as well task. And also one more thing, like I would like to add on, like more of the technology ecosystem is growing. AI is intervening every place, and more companies are seeing the agriculture as the most promising sector, India as most promising sector. So, like, I want to know what are your views? Like, you are already doing a great work in that field, whether it is technology part or whether it is making ecosystem better part or be it marketplace or be it marketing. You are doing so well in that retail space. You are doing well in that. So, what is your take on that? Like, how do you think that upcoming few years, like now the technology is going to rapidly transform? Like we have seen, now internet was earlier came in the market and it was slow, but now we have seen in just past 5 years, it has rapidly transformed throughout the India. So, what do you think that next AI technology or next any piece of technology, how it is going to transform our country, whether it is point of agriculture or connectivity or sustainability as well? So, we believe in sustainability. So, I would like to give some insight on that part as well.
Sure. See, if you look at, let us go back on the time scale. So last 200 years, what we have witnessed that could not happen in previous 2000 years. So
Yeah,
the humanity, this planet have changed for forever after the advent of machines. Correct? So
yeah,
machines prevailed for quite long, right? So
yeah,
they ruled. I mean, kind of. There was complete. Everyone was skeptical. What will happen once machines comes? We will be jobless, right?
yeah, yeah,
So we said, okay. Next to machines was your computers. I remember in
yeah,
1990. I mean, when the new government came and I was a youngster, I was trying to find out a job and roaming here and there, trying to understand where to go. So suddenly everyone was talking, computers will come and they will take away everyone's job. And there was a huge strike by all the unions. Nobody was open. The rest is history. You know how they have contributed for the betterment of the society and humanity. 2004-5, everybody was talking automation will take all the jobs.
yeah,
So companies like automation everywhere, basically, they will finish all of us. Okay, you know what has happened after that. So the next natural evolution is intelligence. So
yeah,
from compute to automate to smart to intelligent. So
yeah,
and these kind of transformation, these kind of changes happens across the spectrum. And then we really need to. I remember when I was in class 10th, so there used to be very, very, cheap or very, very affordable, not cheap, Casio watches, and where you will have a calculator. So
yeah,
people, but all examiners, they will be very, very, everybody will say whether you are carrying a small calculator or some calculator in your this thing. cut. When my son was in class 10th, frenetically he calls me in the 10 o'clock in the night. I said, Kya ho gaya? What happened? He said, I don't find my calculator working. Tomorrow my exam is there and I cannot go to exam without calculator.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct?
Same thing happened with us as well.
Correct?
So earlier we were
Correct.
restricted to use
So
calculator, computers. Now it is
uh,
everywhere.
I know, I imagine, if I wish, one day everyone on this planet have enough of resources. Comparatively, we are living a better equated life. Not necessary to, put the effort with this much of effort to meet two ends. And things can be dealt rather smartly, rather intelligently, and everyone will have their own space. You will reach
Yeah,
to a threshold where the quality of life I have seen in my lifetime going like this, like this, like this. I have seen the emergence of Indian middle classes. You will not
yeah,
believe, even after 10 years of job, my threshold value budget for a shirt was used to be something around, let us say 400, and for a shoe, let us say $1,000. Today, 5,000 is not even, we don't mind, because your disposable incomes has gone up.
yes,
So world is changing for good for agriculture also. I want to tell you, I mean, farmers will be able to take better informed decisions.
yeah,
They will be use efficiencies is a very important challenge. Our resource use efficiencies are pathetic. So once your use efficiencies go up, your nutritional use efficiency, your protection use efficiency, your water use efficiency, your labor use efficiencies, so your profitability will also go up. So what will happen? You will have better fortified crops, better nutritive crops with disposable incomes. The food preference is changing completely. So we see in India, every second woman is having problem of iron deficiency. Every second child is born with some or other kind of eyesight problems. Every second senior citizen is suffering with the bone issues, knee issues. All this has to go, because if you are not putting up right kind of a nutrition in your crops, it will not go into your animals, it will not come into your food, and definitely your body will also be deficient. So I see all these
yeah,
anomalies getting addressed, and then drones, biodegradable plant sensors, and then track and trace. So consumers will demand for better fortified, better quality, safe food. So to establish that, blockchain and the other track and trace technologies have to basically play important role. And yes, like I tell you, like I told you, my strong belief is this: next 50 years, and if not 50, next 25 years, the cross section of two things will play important role. Our lives will be driven in every sphere by two things. One is genomics, and other is algorithm. So the cross section of biological science and electronics will decide the future of this. So, like I said,
mm,
microbial synthesis is going to play a very important role. You need not to cut, millions of hectares of forest every year to meet out your edible oil requirement. You can just produce the better quality oil through microbial synthesis very easily. It has already been done. You must be knowing that all the oilseed crops are grown in 15-degree up and down to the equator, and most of your valuable forests are there. So countries like Brazil and others, those who are very big in terms of oilseed production, soya and others, indiscriminate deforestation is happening. So this all will be changed. I can talk and talk. I mean, I'm in a habit of talking. I love. So I will like to stop here. And I feel vertical farming is important for the countries where urbanization is happening fast, and you have challenges in terms of climate. Definitely it's going to be a very promising area, and through CRISPR, and maybe more than CRISPR, we really need to develop fast breeding programs where you can customize the varieties very fast to meet out challenges arising out of climate change. And whatever I have talked to you, I see companies working on all this. So future is
yeah.
really
Then just,
exciting, and agriculture in India is heading towards its fourth revolution. First was green,
yeah,
second was white, third was blue, and this will be, I don't know what color. We have to find out color code to all this technology issues and amalgamation of this biological and engineering sciences.
yeah. So that was a very great insight, and we loved the life. Like we learned a lot from you. And one thing I would like to know, like you have already pushed the limits. Like you stand out as a giant for us, and we leap forward and to do innovation. So, do you want to give any tip or any advice for the young innovators or the young startup owners or the people who are coming into that space and want to build an impact through technology or through agriculture? Like I can also want to highlight you a short story. There was a friend. He was my classmate. So he has seen that in his farm, in his village, people were shifting towards chemical farming. And he called me. He first checked on the internet what are the benefits. He asked on the in the WhatsApp now we got a AI button, so he asked a few things, and he found that organic fertilizers are good for his village. And he reached out to me, and then LCB fertilizer as well. Then how can I resolve it? What should I tell to farmers? How should I reach to them? And he said, I'm open for all the support. And well, he was not totally not from agricultural background or anything, but the way people are showing willingness, the way people are trying to emerge into that space, and they get right information on the internet. That is one thing, and they get right person, right information available, right person like you, right person like us, and they bring transformation. So, what are the tips you would like to give to others that they can push it forward the legacy of
Uh,
bringing transformation to agricultural space?
I really want to tell everyone who are done with their academics and they are looking out forward. I believe that no, we in this country we have not seen such a good time. India is brimming. India is booming. If you can't succeed in India, you can't succeed anywhere in this world. Monster consumption engine in India, we have seen, anything you do, with commitment, transparency, persistent, and belief, money will follow. So
Yeah,
I really want to tell, these youngsters, first thing you basically have belief that you need not to go anywhere, because everyone want to come to India. Correct. Because consumption is happening, fastest consumption is happening in India, not even China now. Correct. So you are at a great place. Second thing, things are not at place in our country if for the want of many things, not only agriculture. So, for example, corruption, one of the issue which basically troubles us a lot. Unfairness, these leakages, in education system. This all can be addressed very easily through technology.
yeah,
Transparency is the mantra to make
yeah,
India, thrive, to make this world better, to
yeah,
achieve that very dream of having equitable distribution of resources and having a good life, minimum good life for everyone on the planet. And people should have more time to spend with nature. People should have more time to spend with kids. People should have more time to spend with, our elders, our senior citizens, to achieve that goal. So somebody has worked in 1950. So we are talking today without having any fear of food, without having any fear of resources. So it's a new, brave India. There is no dearth of resources. Find out a good problem statement. Continue to work on it. Either it's again the same principle. Either you struggle today or you continue to struggle for the rest of your life. But if you make a difference, definitely, your users, your consumers, the people, they will respond to you like anything. See the case of UPI. I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, everybody has got a convenience. So now, I mean, the things are completely changed within no time. And then agriculture, I'm telling with all ingenuity, we don't have enough food for 2050. As a planet, I am talking. As a country, I am telling you, we don't have enough food for 2030. Right? So,
definitely.
I mean, this is a challenge and this is an opportunity also. Food is
Yeah,
the basic requirement, and agriculture is the best thing to be at right now. Other spaces are comparatively crowded. They are reaching towards a plateau. Towards they have attained certain degree of level. They will take their own time to move to the next orbit. For example,
yeah,
driverless cars. So it will
yeah.
happen one day. But automobile has reached to certain level, telecom has reached to certain level, but agriculture has not reached to certain level. So please come and work in the agriculture, build networks, have patience. Money is a byproduct. Just solve a small problem. Momo mania. From nowhere, this youngster has created a company of 200 crore in less than 18 months. This is
Yeah,
India.
yeah.
Have patience
Exactly.
and be frugal.
Lot of
Be
insights
frugal. I
coming.
mean, we should be very, very frugal. Frugal when I say nothing is in this, and we have to see the goodness. That
Yeah.
satisfaction which I get today, I tell you, cannot match any CTC. So
I
it's the
see a
right
lot of
time.
Instagram reels coming around this, and I see a lot of people are also coming into this space and doing their better, and they are making
And
career in agriculture.
yes. And one more
Yeah,
last take from me. See, every geography, every country,
yeah,
every civilization follows some or other. You call it a governing power. You call God, or you call guiding principles. They may be coming from
yeah,
Bible. They may be coming from Gita. They may be coming from Quran. Wherever I mean, but
yeah,
see what I have read in 16th Upanishad, which is kind of a guiding. Upanishad are the explanation of Vedas, correct?
yeah,
Treatises.
yeah,
So it says the era in which we live, this is the era of sharing. So wealth wisdom, and valuation. Wealth, wisdom, and valuation. If in
Something,
this
right?
time, in this point of time, you share more, you will thrive more, you will grow more, you will be blessed with abundance. So gone are the days of proprietary. Please forget that. AI will, destroy all your proprietaries within no time. So we should
Yeah,
make systems which are usable, which should be used by every second person.
yeah.
So we have
Just
to
like
come
you
out
talk
of
about that,
this
I
very
think it is
concept
very
of holding, this very concept of controlling, this very concept of proprietary. It won't exist.
yeah,
Only thing
right.
we have to ensure any innovation, any disruptive research is used for the right purpose. So
Yeah,
to me, more than proprietary, security is important. So if you have this mindset and see anyone making, for example, Narayan Hardale, Bangalore. So this gentleman contributed a small, something, some bypass surgery. Many of the people were dying because of this. Dr. Shetty, scaled down the cost and made it available for everyone for 50,000, 15,000. You can get it
yeah,
done there.
yeah.
So
I
it's
see
the
a lot
right
of
time.
Instagram reels coming around this, and I see a lot of people are also coming into this space and doing their better, and they are making
And
career in agriculture.
yes. And one more
Yeah,
last take from me. See, every geography, every country,
yeah,
every civilization follows some or other. You call it a governing power. You call God, or you call guiding principles. They may be coming from
yeah,
Bible. They may be coming from Gita. They may be coming from Quran. Wherever I mean, but
yeah,
see what I have read in 16th Upanishad, which is kind of a guiding. Upanishad are the explanation of Vedas, correct?
yeah,
Treatises.
yeah,
So it says the era in which we live, this is the era of sharing. So wealth, wisdom, and valuation. Wealth, wisdom, and valuation. If in
something,
this
right?
time, in this point of time, you share more, you will thrive more, you will grow more, you will be blessed with abundance. So gone are the days of proprietary. Please forget that. AI will, destroy all your proprietaries within no time. So we should
Yeah,
make systems which are usable, which should be used by every second person.
yeah.
So we have
Just
to
like
come
you
out
talk
of
about that,
this
I
very
think it is
concept
very
of holding, this very concept of controlling, this very concept of proprietary. It won't exist.
yeah,
Only thing
right.
we have to ensure any innovation, any disruptive research is used for the right purpose. So
Yeah,
to me, more than proprietary, security is important. So if you have this mindset and see anyone making, for example, Narayan Hardale, Bangalore. So this gentleman contributed a small, something, some bypass surgery. Many of the people were dying because of this. Dr. Shetty, scaled down the cost and made it available for everyone for 50,000, 15,000. You can get it
yeah,
done there.
yeah,
So I mean, I see this very concept of job is diminished. Even jobs will be distributed. They will be highly
yeah,
distributed like your ledgers in blockchain. So we have
yeah,
to come out of that very concept of security. What is security? All of us are secure. You work, you will be paid. Where is, see, I don't find an electrician. Today morning, this was the problem. I was trying to find out an electrician for almost 3 days. And every time this man says, sir, I'm busy, sir, I'm busy. And on the other hand, every day from my village, from my area, where I run couple of education institutes, couple of, polytechnic kind of things for girls.
yeah,
So every day I receive 5 phones. हमारे बेटे का नौकरी लगा दो हमारे बेटे अरे स्किलिंग
yeah,
प्रॉपर स्किलिंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट why we should not have plumber grade A, plumber grade 2, plumber grade 3. Quality. I met a team
all the
in
time.
Delhi. Say, the team is set up by IIT Roorkee graduate. They call them, the name of the team is House Masters. So they have developed a beautiful protocol, all equipments and everything. If you are buying a home, they will go there and just certify that
Yeah,
everything is at place and what is the approximate value of this piece and how much quality you are getting, how much money you are getting, for your investment, how much value you are getting for your investment. It's a small thing. Already 15 top builders have hired them because the moment you give transparently, ईंट ऐसा लगा है, cement ऐसा लगा है, plumbing is of this quality, this thing is of this quality, everything quantified, this is the rating, please take it, we are responsible. That's it. They charge decently to builders, they charge decently to consumers also. They are funding them.
yeah, that's great. So it is great to know that we share a lot of thoughts, and we would love to know and talk more about all these things
And
in the
please build
upcoming session. Because
networks.
if we
Build
talk, then
networks.
it will go surely very long podcast. And one more thing, I wanted to focus on that. No ecosystem is unlikely going to grow without economy,
And
as we were discussing earlier as well. So that part on the economy side, we would surely love to discuss that part into another podcast, make a different series where we will talk more about the agriculture and its economic side as well. And also we will add some sustainability part as well. So thank you so much for coming. It was wonderful talking, and it was great to know that people are still pushing the limits, be it agriculture, be it technology, be it sustainability, or be it reaching out to each and every farmer. So it was really wonderful and mind-opening conversation, I can say. So thank you so much for all your wisdom to us.